Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm. Today, my special guest is James Rebanks and Bee, his daughter, and they come from the Lake District in England. And last summer, we had the distinguished honor of staying with them on their farm. And so James he sought a hot path to our farm this year. James, welcome.
Thank you very much, Greg, and it's an absolute honour to be here. Anybody that knows me will know that this farm and the things that you've worked out and others have worked out have had a massive impact on the way that we farm. So for us, this is a bit of a pilgrimage to see it in practice on the place that we've learned from, really. And I know you've learned from other people in turn. We all do, don't we?
Absolutely. That's what it's about, is sharing what works and not works.
Yeah. And we've never seen this yellow thing in the sky before, though.
The yellow thing,
the sun.
we don't get a lot of that.
I'd say you're in England, Lake District. It rains and it's cloudy and more wind there than here.
Yeah.
And you just experienced your first Missouri tick.
We did, yeah.
I just pulled one off you.
Yeah, we have little ticks in the Lake District, but this was quite a pretty little thing actually with colour on it.
One way to describe it.
But no, it's like just to see. I'm just looking around here. I'm listening to the insects and the birds, and anyone at home that's watching this. If this farming isn't good enough for you, you're crazy. It's full of insects and birds and botanical richness, flowers. It's surrounded by woodland and scrub and even things that are important like dead trees in the ecology. If we're going to keep livestock, what's better than this, Greg?
There is nothing better.
No.
What do you say to the people that say we need to get these ruminants off the land because they're destroying the earth?
Well, some of those people mean well, but I think they just need to give themselves a shake and learn about this side of things. I know not all cattle are kept like this. There's a lot of cattle kept in different systems that you're not a fan of, and I'm probably not either.
Yep.
But you look at this, what are they doing? They're doing a natural process, sort of herbivores grazing in this kind of landscape. They're incredibly healthy. Like the welfare, anybody that's worried about the welfare of farm animals, look at these with the sheeny coats and the oily coats.
Look at this one behind it. He's just a chunk.
They're super healthy.
Yeah.
Fresh ground every day.
Fresh ground every day. They've got this choice of dozens and dozens of species of plants, so they can choose their own diet and stay healthy. You just have to look at this bull here.
Yeah. You know what he's eating right there, folks? That's called stick tight. Some people call it beggar's lice. It's a weed. It's a weed, but he nailed it. Yeah. So, is it a weed if something will eat it? No, it's a forb.
So happy and calm and just loving life, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I would just urge anybody, particularly the backdrop to this, of course, is that a lot of livestock farmers are losing money.
Yes.
And we were. And that really focus your attention on maybe how you need to change.
Yep.
It doesn't with everybody. It makes a lot of people stubborn and dig in, double down on it. But I would say to anybody watching this that's interested, just pick a little bit of the farm like we did. Start experimenting, start doing some of Greg's methods and other people's methods. Just do these long recovery periods, let it grow.
Yep.
Get a decent trample on, give it long rests, let the plants do what they need to do.
Well, what do you say, James, to people that, they see you trampling that grass on the forage, and the first thing they say is, well, you wasted that. You didn't feed that.
You need a few more sheep on there.
You need more sheep on there.
Yeah, that's what some of our neighbours would say and some of our friends would say, and that's what my dad and my granddad would have said.
Yep.
But I think if you really get your head around how plants work, how plants need to work, and how soil needs to work, we do need these longer covers. If we're going to catch all this sunlight and turn it through photosynthesis into growth and sort of feeding the soil, we need this depth of covers.
Yeah. Absolutely.
We've got to do it, and we need the diversity. Like you're looking here, Queensland lace.
Yep.
This ironweed.
Yes.
Ironweed.
Yeah, I'm just learning about your American plants.
Yep. Little shrubs here. There's a stick tight right there.
And the proof of the pudding is in the sort of sustainability of it. What we found is with the kind of methods that you use, 2 or 3 years in, our fields are more productive. We've massively cut down on input costs. Farms making money, and it feels healthy.
Yep.
I think you just walk into places like this and you think, hang on, these stock are healthy. This feels healthy. Exactly. It feels right. And
well, you've got to be a little bit excited to have her here. Come on in here, buddy.
Yeah, 100%. So this is a dad and daughter sort of study trip, really, to America. Bee's just 15, but she's very keen on the farming side. She can speak for herself in a moment. But my dad logic is if some of these kids are going to be farmers, let's not wait till they're 48 or a little bit older to learn this stuff. Let's get them started young. And how good are they going to be when they're 50?
We were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
Bee?
Are we crazy people?
No, I think it's great. It's just so nice to see, and a nice place to work and walk around, and in the sun, everything's just where it's meant to be. and yeah, it's like really enjoyable to like, you know, come out and do it.
Yeah. Well, you were talking earlier about the animals, how healthy they are, and they're happy.
Yeah.
You get to see that every day on your farm too.
Yeah, no, definitely. Yeah, they move in and they're so like really like they know what's happening and they're waiting and they're coming with you. Yeah.
And they're just calm. They look good. I mean, you don't have to be any kind of expert at animals to
Yeah.
look at these and
They've
just
got the happy eyes.
Yeah, happy eyes. You all were talking on the way down to the bulls just a minute ago how they sorted some off with a piece of polywire. You didn't have to get them in a corral.
Oh no, we grew up. Our farm was like a rodeo back in the 80s and 90s. It was three-quarter bred limousine steers, and it was things jumping over fences and out of pens. It was crazy, and we've very shifted to a quieter native breed of cattle, a belted Galloway, and but also we've changed our method. So what's happening when you're moving the cattle every day like this is they start to trust you.
Yep.
They start to calm down. They know that when you shout, it's a good thing. You get
Yeah.
fresh feed, and yeah, we've got to the stage now where we do what you do, which is we can walk off out of a group like this, 5 that we want, walk them down through a couple of strands of wire a mile away. No fighting, no
Yep.
stressing, no hollering, no
Yep.
hitting any animals, none of that nonsense.
They just think they're going on a paddock move to another piece
Yeah.
of grass.
Yeah, they just have positive like experiences with us, and that's what you want, isn't it?
And I should give a quick shout out to my nephew Ollie, who helped us do this and had his mouth open. He was so surprised at how lacking
It
in
was
stress.
possible. He was like, "What?"
So yeah, I would. I'm not going to stand here and knock any people that's trying to earn a living from other kinds of farming. But if you're even starting to wonder about this, give it a go. Is what I would say. You're not
Yeah,
going
you
to
don't
regret
regret
it. I've never met anybody who's tried this properly and they said, oh, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Right.
I've met people that tried it half-heartedly to prove it didn't work.
Right.
But I've never met anybody that's really given us a good go and then said, you know what, this doesn't work.
Yeah.
It makes your farm better, your life better, and your bottom line, your finances better.
Yeah. Well, at the end of the day, your quality of life, if you feel like you're a slave to the animals in the land and everything's going against you, you're probably not going to.
Yeah,
You're not going to work that out.
and I think we learnt the hard way. If it's a bit too stressy, it's a
Yep.
bit too ugly, it's a bit too hard, there's
Yep.
something wrong.
Yep.
The operation's not right.
Well, you run a lot of sheep in the Belted Galloway. In your area, your family has farmed in that area. Was it 600 years?
At least we've got 600 years of paperwork.
That's unbelievable.
So,
600 years.
Yeah, and that makes you very proud to be from that landscape. It makes me want to look after it properly.
Yep.
And I think what we're learning is a lot of the ways that our fathers and grandfathers, as good a people as they were, the 20th century ways, aren't really how it was done 200 years before that. If you really look at it, they had a lot of little fields, a lot of movement and rotation, very sensible cattle, smaller cattle that were grass genetics.
Yep.
So I don't think sort of being overly loyal to the mid 20th century's really been loyal to our past. I think we might need to go a little bit further back to look at
Yep.
a lot of it was managed like this. It's just common sense.
Just the way it was.
Yeah.
And why were there was families on the land at that time making a living, and today they're not?
Yeah. So what you and in America and what we're learning is when you go down this route of heavy input costs, buying everything from town, you're on a pretty fast road to not being on your farm.
That's right.
Or to not farming.
That's right.
And what a great passion of mine and in my books and a great passion of yours, I know, is we need people on the land. We need families on the land. We need these young people to be excited about it and doing it. And we need a peopled rural landscape to bring these rural communities back to life, don't we? So the
We
shops
do.
work and the schools work,
Yep.
and the other model doesn't do that.
No.
We need communities.
No, we need communities.
It takes the communities out.
Yeah.
Get bigger or get out.
That's
Yeah,
right.
That's the trend.
And it's ugly, and then farms become places you're embarrassed to show the public, and the welfare is something you worry about. And it's dirty and it's smelly, and
Yeah.
it shouldn't be like that.
No.
And yeah, if you're not enjoying working there and working with the animals, like it's not a great way to live, is it really?
No.
Like you have to be working together. Like they're helping us help like the grass stuff.
Yeah, there's a saying in our landscape, which is you look after the sheep, you look after the cows, they look after you.
Yep.
Right.
We're in this together.
Yep, that's right. My dad was a livestock man, and growing up, we did chores morning and night. You never ate dinner or had breakfast. You just didn't do that until the animals were fed or milk.
We have the same, on Christmas Day we have a lot of farming families where we live do, the children have to go out and do the farm work before they have the present. And
Before they open the present.
yeah, and maybe they have a little few presents when they wake up on their bed, but it's a kind of a lesson everybody in the family knows, which is even on Christmas Day the livestock come first.
Yeah.
And that's not because we want to be martyrs or anything, but it's just a reminder. Even on the day,
Look at this guy. He's coming over to say hi to you, James.
And I'm going to say this, obviously we're from the UK, so we can't, but if you're in the States and you're looking for one of these bulls, get yourself here. 031 would be my pick in here, I think. Get on the phone and buy both of them.
Well, if you're in the UK and you're watching this video, go to James Rebanks' farm for some really good low-line bulls and some of the best breeding stock of the Hardwick.
Thank you. Yeah,
Is it Hardwick or Hardwick?
Hardwick.
Hardwick.
Yeah.
Folks, you need to look at the breed of sheep these folks are running. Unbelievable.
And they'll be setting up their sheep day sales.
And to get a hold of James, it's
It would basically be my name as an email, so jamesrebanks@me.com. Yeah, if you're looking for Herdwick females, it's in a system like this.
And tell a little plug about your books. Here's a world accomplished author, bestseller. Tell them about the books. That
So
you've
yeah,
written.
as well as being a farmer, I'm sort of, I nearly said lucky enough, but I shouldn't do myself down. I've written a couple of books. So I wrote a book called English Pastoral. I think in America it's called Pastoral Song, and it's really about what happened to rural communities and farming in the last 40 years through the story of my family. And I wrote another book a year or two before that called The Shepherd's Life, which was about the tradition that I'm from, what my grandfather did, and why I admire those people.
Yeah.
Not because they got everything perfect, but because they were good, hard-working, decent people.
Folks, you need to get those books and read them. They're a really good read, and he writes from his heart. You know what he's went through. He watched his dad come up through, his grandfather, and it's just a really good book. James, thank you so much.
An absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
We're really looking forward to having you on for the next couple of days. And folks, signing out there, hit that subscribe button if you would, and appreciate it. And everyone have a great day.